Hey Sagittarius, good morning. Happy full moon in Leo, which actually happens in the afternoon. But you seem to be surrounded by Leo energy. So, and that's not such a bad thing because, you know, Leo is ruled by the sun, which is illumination. You know, it could be, I feel like there may have been times, and this is what you're reflecting on, in which you let people take your power from you by just not expressing your feelings, okay? And I feel like you may be thinking about that. I really do, because there's a lot of introspective energy today, which is interesting. But remember that Leo rules the 5th house, which is the house of fun, the house of creativity and passion. It is also the house of dating. Okay, so, and we are kind of seeing that. But I feel like you know, it can be dramatic. When I think of Leo, I think of dramatic. I do, but it can also be, you know, because Leo wants you to shine. Leo wants you to be seen. And wants you to shine a light on what needs to be seen. And so, to be honest, Leo won't let you hide. Even though I feel on some level like there is this wanting to hide. You know, wanting to just keep to yourself. Leo's not going to let you do that. And also for fire signs, when there's a full moon in a fire sign, or even a new moon, because we carry a lot of energy, and Sagittarius specifically carries a lot of energy in their sacral chakra, and I believe to the solar plexus. So, you know, some actual good things for you to do is something creative. I mean, whatever it is that you love to do creatively, that would be a good way to expel energy. Intimacy and dance, whatever, you know, because usually when Sagittarius has pent up energy, it's like a good idea to have some activity. Have some activity. But let's get to it, because I do think like you're in this kind of reflective energy in terms of the people that are affecting you. It's like you want to keep to yourself. Virgo is here. Okay? You want to keep to yourself. It could be that somebody wants your advice. Okay? They're trying to balance things out, or they could be trying to make things right with you. But it's kind of like, because there is healing energy, and of course the sun brings healing, right, Sag? But I kind of feel like you don't want to do that. It feels like you just want to keep to yourself, honestly. And, you know, I feel like specifically there could be like this person in particular, because it's showing up on the bottom. This person kind of creates stories. Like they have a hard time with, you know, that's that Neptunian energy, right? They kind of have a hard time with, I don't want to say seeing the truth, but, you know, it's like they create stories out of things. And this person definitely lives a lot in their inner life. And so it might be difficult, it might be why you don't want to deal with it, you know. But it's kind of like you share your knowledge with them, but they have already created a story about it, if that makes sense. So, yeah, what the moon is telling you today is the new moon in Pisces is reversed with the full moon in Leo upright. It is really, the moon is telling you today is not a day to overthink or, you know, go too much to isolate yourself. It's a day to get out there and just have some fun, do something fun. And I feel like it's all over the place. This may be, because if you saw yesterday's reading, we were seeing that too. It's time for you to come out of isolation and allow yourself to be seen. What was under the deck was interesting, Sagittarius. Because it does feel like Three of Wands, Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Like moving on from disappointments in relationships, particularly, you know, you could be moving towards an equal partner, but you could also be turning your back on people who definitely left. You know, I don't feel like you want to think about this anymore because you want true partnership, true emotional partnership with the King and Queen of Cups. And you could be moving towards that. And that is because you've processed out disappointments in that area. I love that for you. I love that for you, Sagittarius. And I don't even, because the Three of Wands is there, I don't feel, it's kind of like you're doing the work to get past that sense of abandonment. And in that space, you attract a true partner. You know, someone who feels things the way you do. The King and Queen of Cups is literally the best combination for relationships. Because it's very open, it's very loving and compassionate and mature. You know, let's go there. It's mature, Sag. So, yeah. What you're receiving is, I feel like you are thinking about reflecting on with the Magician and the Mirror. This is about taking your power back, specifically. And the Strength card is here. So far, we've hardly even gotten on with the reading, and it's showing up in so much Leo. And so you definitely are, like, you're also thinking about perhaps the times in which you gave your power away. You know, and, you know, this could have to do with another person or people in general. You know, someone, because also with the Angel of Strength, there is this energy of revealing feelings. You know, and it feels, of course, it's always layered because Sagittarius is way more complicated than people think. But I feel like you're starting to realize the ways in which you have given your power away. And basically, I do really feel real strong that is the times when you didn't speak up. That is the times when you didn't share your feelings, when you were more there for other people's feelings than for your own. And so, you know, you're reflecting on this to change this. And this may come about because someone shares their feelings with you. And it's like a dam bursting. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. These are your feelings. Well, let's make space for my feelings. You know, and I feel like these are things that you have not expressed. But that there's a realization that is how you give your power away. By not saying what needs to be said. Okay? But what's going on around you is really interesting. Because Door to Romance is here with Yin Yang. And it's kind of the same thing here, Sagittarius. it's the same thing. You're definitely attracting love. You're attracting, but you're attracting soul connection. Yin yang is like, it's that twin flame energy. It's the light and the dark. It's our perfect match. It's the balancing of energies and deep soul connection. So you definitely are attracting better relationships. I love this for you. And you're definitely done. You could be, so the Five of Wands is here with the Empress. We keep showing up as the Empress, so we're definitely in this healing, doing what's good for us energy. And you are in this healing energy. You are in, you sense your value. You definitely know your value. And it really feels like this is a moving away from conflict, from people who don't see your value. You're not feeling the need to explain yourself anymore, or to fight for people to see your side of this story. Yeah, because the Empress doesn't do that. The Empress doesn't do that because she doesn't need to, right? And you're understanding that in order to be the Empress, you can't engage in these things. Yeah, you really can't. You know, you're not for me. You want to just constantly fight with me. Okay. But what you realize about that is that you're not there for it. Because I'm not going to keep convincing you to see things from my point of view, because I'm about healing. Okay? And so you're not dealing with people who aren't. And this was key to your healing, because what you realized about these people, whether it's haters or people you just couldn't get on the same page with, or you didn't feel seen by, these were people that didn't see your value. And you might have in some way tried to convince them of your value. And the truth is, you're the Empress now. You don't need to do that. Okay? You don't see it? Then I'll see you. Because I'm not going to allow you to cause a blockage to my healing. And to what I want to birth now. You know, so you're coming from a space of, and you know, that's an evolved Sagittarius, because normally we could be here for the fight. Sagittarius could be here for the fight, for, you know, telling somebody something, and you're not here for that now. You're not. You don't see my value, okay? But you're not going to block me from manifesting things the value I already know. So there's some really huge self-empowerment going on. And you're starting to realize too, and this has a lot to do with what I was saying. It's like saying it once, being done with it. Not engaging in a conflict, you know, but saying your feelings and being done with it. Calling your power back. Okay? Because you know what you're worth now. It's amazing the energy that you are engaging with, to be honest. And I do feel we also are seeing the King and Queen of Swords. These are two people that aren't talking to each other. These are two people that have turned away from each other. You know, and I just feel like you're choosing something else. You're leaving that behind. If you've been waiting for someone to show up, it's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Okay? Because the Queen of Swords is with the Emperor. You know, you're moving away from that. You're moving away for waiting for this person to do something. Because here we're seeing the Five of Cups. Like, you probably sense that they miss you. You might miss them too. But all I know is kind of like that saying for me. I I saw it from this podcast, tonight's conversation. And the dude says, it doesn't matter why you ghosted me. All that matters is you ghosted me. You know, because we want to, on some level, make excuses for people because they're going through this or going through that, or they have inner child wounds, or they're wounded or damaged. And you're not about that. You're like, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. Even though you feel like they miss you. You can feel their sadness. But you're about this stepping up energy. You know, I'd rather be around people who want to build something. You know, I'm not going to be around people who can't get themselves out of the past. That's what it feels like, Sag. And so you may feel this person's sadness. You may feel that they miss you, but all you know is that they're not willing to have the conversation. So, okay then. I'm going to build something for myself. I also feel like, you know, you're drawing partnership in terms of equal partners because you decide to build something for yourself. You know, it's weird that it happens that way, Sag, but it does. It does. And, you know, because this whole situation, or these situations in general, have maybe made you a little cold because, you know, that's that mental energy. And the Queen of Swords can come off a little bit cold. So can the King of Swords. You don't want to be that. You really don't. And you don't want to be in any more relationships where you have to hold back saying what you have to say, feeling what you have to feel, or, you know, expressing your feelings. You know, you're done with that. You're done with guessing how people feel, and done with, you know, they feel sad, but they don't say nothing. What good is that, right? I do really feel like you're done with that. You know, the challenge today may be emotions. Ace of Cups and the Tower. Trying to keep your, it could be some powerful emotions going on. Trying to stay level emotionally. But you know what? With full moons, you kind of have to expect that. And what the universe wants you to know, Sag, is that better people are on their way. People who are more about working together. Okay? Or even who are about, you know, working through issues. Not this King, Queen of Swords energy, where we don't talk about things, where we, you know, go to our separate corners, but we never come together. You're not doing that no more. You know, you have a new perspective here. You have a new perspective. I feel like you would like to work things out with people, right? You would, but you kind of handed it over to God and said, you know what? I need to do something. I can't stay in these situations that are just kind of stalemate situations that don't do anything, you know? That don't do anything. And so now you have a different perspective about moving forward because you understand, you know, the energy you want around you. And what you want around you is people who work together. Work together. You know, work together. You know, I just really feel like you're feeling like it's time to move on from all that. You know, you're not about causing any blockages that stand in the way of you moving forward. The Chariot, the High Priestess, the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Seven, well, 5, 6, 7, and then the Strength card. You're, like, for real. You're not about waiting for conflict resolution. No. No, you're not. You know what? Miss me with that. I feel like you wanted to compromise in situations with people, but it really feels like miss me with that. Because you understand that it just blocks your blessings here. And you're ready to move on. To move on, Sagittarius. The world and the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that there are better things on the horizon, but you have to understand where your blockages are. Where your blockages are. So this is very much, wow. You know, at the end of the day, this is very much about giving away your power, not saying how you feel, you know, and it also feels like giving people the space to not ghost you, but with the King and Queen of Swords, it's that they'll talk to me when they get in a better place. No, I don't think so. No, you're done with that. And what's beautiful about that is you're done with that, which is attracting true partnership. You know, we have to become the thing we want to attract. So, you know, the more you start sharing your feelings, the more you're going to attract people who are also open emotionally. And that's going to make a big difference. And it looks like your romantic life is on the rise. Should be improving, Sagittarius, because you're calling your power back. And because you're building something for yourself. It's so funny. It's like the more we don't need something, the more we get it. You know? Yeah, definitely. So that is the energy for you, Sagittarius. Wow. So let's see what your angels have to say. I can tell you one thing. You're not waiting for people anymore. No. I feel like in the past, you've probably given people grace. You know, saying, oh, well, you know, they just need to be alone for a while, have their own space. I will be open to talking when they are ready. No more of that. No, sorry. Not open to that. And those people are going to find that they lost their shot down the road. It happens. It happens. Which is very interesting. All of the readings have been quite different. So what do you want to tell Sagittarius? Oh, okay. Acceptance. Oh, Sag. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. Okay. You know, it's funny because with the Five of Cups, it definitely is, you know, the King of Swords feels bad. But what good does that do if you still don't do anything? Just saying. New season, and I feel like you may not be giving people as much grace as you have in the past. You're going to tell them how you really feel. So let's see what your mindful message is. What is Sagittarius's mindful message? Sagittarius's mindful message. Sagittarius's mindful message. Oh. was going to say, Sag. Where'd it go? So the card literally disappeared. Can we get another one? Because that flew all the way away. Thank you. Subconscious mind. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. Very interesting. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this is a day in which you are okay. Toodles.